What's up guys and girls, welcome to another video. Now today I'm going to be talking about string picture, which is possibly the most overlooked area of the recurve technique, and it's actually a really important area too. So the string picture is basically the position of the string in relation to your bow as seen through your own eyes when you're shooting. So when you're looking at the target, you obviously have the sight on the target, and out of the corner of your eye you can see the blurry string somewhere along your bow, or some people have it on the sight as a reference point. Now you can think of the string picture as basically a rear sight to your bow in much the same way as maybe someone shooting a gun would use the rear sight to align the direction of the shot. The string picture is exactly the same, and this applies to recurve shooters. Compound shooters have a peep sight which helps them with this, and it's much less likely that there'll be any movement here. But recurve shooters obviously have the string picture as a rear sight, and it's crucially important to make sure the horizontal impact of your arrows is the same every time. If you move the string picture by just a tiny amount from shot to shot, the impact of your arrow on the target is going to be very, very different, especially at longer distances. So it's really important to make sure that this is a consistent area of your technique and that you understand where it goes on each shot and how to get it there. So it's really important to place a priority on this, and the better you get, the more important your string picture becomes. As other areas of your technique improve and the consistency improves, the more important the string picture becomes to get a consistent left and right grouping pattern on the target. Now, there are three main mistakes that I see people make when it comes to string picture. The first mistake here is not having a consistent way of expanding so that the string doesn't move during the expansion. If you're expanding through the shot and the string is moving left or right and changing your string picture, then this is going to drastically change where the arrow is going to go on the target left to right, and it's going to make your impact pattern very horizontal, almost like a letterbox. So one shot you might move a tiny amount, the next shot you might move a large amount, and then that's going to change where the arrow goes on the target. So that's the first mistake really a lot of people make, and that comes down to expanding in the right way and then getting the correct anchor point too. Now the second mistake people often make is trying to align the string way too early in the shot, and often people think that if they align the string picture to the position it should be, then all they have to do is draw the bow straight back and then expand and shoot and everything's good. But this is really not helpful and is actually really bad for the overall shot. So it's important here to remember that the string picture should be in the correct position once you've got to full draw, and at a minimum you should already be at least at setup before you even start thinking about the string picture in terms of aligning it. If you try and align it too early, you won't be able to draw in the correct way, and it will probably make getting into proper alignment hard. It will probably increase the chance of shoulder injury too, because you've closed down your angle probably, and it will just make the overall shot much harder. So don't make that mistake as well. Now the third mistake that people often make is that they just don't pay any attention to the string picture. They don't know where it should be for them, and they don't have a consistent way of getting there. So the result is they have a lot of left and right grouping variance on the target. If you're a beginner level archer, then it's fair enough that the string picture isn't on your radar, because there are a lot of other things to focus on, and there's a lot to learn. But if you're an intermediate level archer, or you do county and national level competitions or state competitions, and you're semi-serious or really serious about improving your archery, then there's no excuse for not knowing where your string picture should be. And if you don't, then I think I'm going to have to report you to the archery police. You said no more line cutters for them? None at all? Okay. Only if you hit the like button, they said. So make sure you get that. Yeah. So make sure when you are thinking about your shot to include the string picture in your shot process and know where it should be. So step number one is actually finding out where your string picture should be for you and how to get there each time. So the best way to do this is to get a light bow and practice drawing to full draw and slightly moving your string picture around by moving your head position or slightly changing your anchor, and finding a good string picture position for you where you can achieve this with the correct anchor position too. So you have to work on this together with your anchor position because they're both related to each other. Now once you've found a good position, you should then test this by going through your expansion and making sure that you can expand through the shot in the same way without moving the string picture, because that's the important part of this. So it's good to test it. Now once you're comfortable with that, you should then just do some repetitions with the light bow to make sure that you can get to the same position each time with your string picture. So you should just draw up, come to full draw, check the string picture, do the same again, repeat and repeat. And once you can do that consistently, you should then try and do that with your eyes closed. And then you come to full draw, open your eyes and then see where the string picture is. Once you're able to do this consistently with your eyes closed, and you can then open your eyes and see that the string picture is in the right place, then that means you've got a good level of understanding of how to get to the correct position and where your string picture should be in your muscle memory. So step number 2 is then drilling this expansion part of the string picture in the correct way. So when you're then shooting, you can make sure to do some drills to check the expansion part of your string picture. So you can maybe use the light bow again, shoot an end, pay attention to where your string picture is and pay attention to the fact whether it's moving or not during your expansion. Then you can pick up the light bow and just do some simple exercises in terms of coming to full draw, expanding, making sure the string picture doesn't move, come down, and then come to full draw, repeat and do the same thing, and just make sure the string picture is not moving left and right as you expand through the shot. Now the third part is actually to work on your string picture while you're shooting and while you're doing any target face shooting or scoring. So you can check whether there are any left and right arrows and then check with yourself, was that caused by my string picture moving? Did I know where my string picture was on that shot? And did I expand in the right way so that it didn't move? So these are key things you can check during your shooting, and you can really see this very well by plotting the arrows and seeing if there are any consistent right arrows, consistent left arrows in a group on their own. And you think maybe that was a common mistake I was making when I was expanding. I was allowing the string picture to move. So that's a really easy way to spot those mistakes, and then you can work on eliminating them by improving your string picture more. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, be sure to just lightly tickle that like button down there and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And you can also get involved on social media, and I'll put the links to that below. Until next time.